And welcome back, Legends and Germs. So, do me a big favor. Tell me what the fuck happened last time.
Couldn't tell you. I don't know. I
Just
don't have
I'm
any
pretty sure
memory
we
of
just
what
kind
happened.
of
Oh, I
we
don't know.
walked
Did we forget
around.
it?
All right.
Do
So
we know what
here's what
happened?
you remember happening.
There was a book.
So here's what you remember
Maybe.
happening. You guys and Leuven arrived in town and dropped Leuven off at his mother's house. You met his mother, and she told you, uh, she thanked you for bringing him home, but also told you about a strange occurrence that she assumed was her. She just wrote off as her brother playing a prank, but just felt she should mention it for some reason. That a, s- a man's clothes had appeared in her house, along with the trappings of a man living there. But she's been a single mother since Leuven was born. She never even met. She didn't really even know who his father was, and she just wanted it disposed of. But after a certain point, talking about it seemed to make her just incredibly uncomfortable. So she left you with a jacket and a rapier and shooed you on your way, for lack of a better word. From there, you had also stopped and picked up a book, just noting an odd bookstore along the way. Um, you decided to maybe check out that bookstore a little bit and just see what kind of stuff you could find, because everyone you asked about it seemed to have uh not conflicting stories, but seemed to not know anything about it, just that it popped up one day and no one really ever went in. um so you went to the bookstore, which was called, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that's not right.
No, it's not that. You clever little goose.
The Reader's Creed.
Yes. The Reader's
Huh.
Creed. This cozy little bookstore just showed up one day, and you went to check it out. Discovered that it had absolutely not shown up just a few days, just several months ago, like people had said, but it had actually been there, open and operating for over 20 years. You dug a little deeper and found some correspondence between the supposed owner and resident here at this bookstore, Lincoln Douglas, and someone else under the name of Voron Olaris. Uh, you track down Olaris's home to find no one living there and no one having any memory of anyone ever living there. You gained entry eventually, and from there, we're able to piece together from the seemingly psychotic remnants of his domicile that there was some sort of beast, or at least he thought there was some sort of beast hunting in the city of Phelan. From there, you decided to call it a night as it was getting late and made your way to the Rebel Oak Tavern, where you met Tiamara Ogswell, a tall, sturdy, muscled woman with dark brown hair, frizzes into a wave of curls, uh, and her partner, Simone. Uh, the two very much in love and had been and very looking forward to their anniversary later this week. Uh, they gave you a room and you went up to bed, and the next morning woke to find an extra pack in with the rest of your things. You looked through it and found that it seemed to be a cleric's pack belonging to someone of Belbin's size. You went through it and found strapped, the trappings of a cleric. You also, something I may not have mentioned before, around the top of the backpack was knotted a scrap of your scarf, Yvain. Um, and inside the pack was also a bundle of letters, a correspondence between a woman who just identified herself as Mum, and and apparently the person who owned this pack, who went by the name Cat or Catherine. The letters seemingly detailed a correspondence between mother and daughter, the daughter updating the mother on your travels, seemingly detailing that that this Catherine had been a part of your troop since about the time you left Drina. With the letters kind of being a little overwhelming at that point, you put them aside and decided to move on and track down the book that track down a book that maybe could have more information on this beast that could be haunting this town. You went downstairs asking to see an empty room, an empty bar with a seemingly tired and red-eyed Tiamora standing behind the counter and talked to you as if nothing was wrong. But at Belbin's mention of Simone, she had no idea who you were talking about. And in that moment, even you all didn't really know who Belle was talking about. In that moment, Belle kind of didn't really know who he was asking about. It was kind of one of those moments where your brain just kind of resets and you just think, wait, what was I just doing? I'm sorry, I have no idea why I asked about that. That is where, as you guys finished your breakfast here in the Rebel Oak Tavern, this obviously burnt eggs and very crispy bacon. You guys finish up, and as you know, a couple of people start streaming in for their morning breakfast and an ale. You all are finishing up, and that is where we pick up and find you now. So, with the day ahead of you, the town of Phelan is open to your devices. What would you guys like to do?
First of all, I want Alex. I don't know why, but I feel like I need to call you homophobic. That's why. I don't know why. I don't have any memory of why I need to do that. But
as a pansexual person with the pride flag above my computer,
you separated the lesbians back. She cried all night.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Who are you talking about?
I don't know what I'm talking about either. I just was a vibe I had.
Okay.
Was the food better yesterday?
Huh?
Was
What?
the food better yesterday?
Do I remember if the food was good yesterday?
Food did taste better yesterday, but I don't know.
We
Everyone
had
has off
like
days.
I mean, like,
soup yesterday, didn't we? Something
Oh,
yeah,
no,
but
that's
like,
fair.
broccoli.
Chicken pot
you
pies.
noticed
That
she
one.
was, she looked really upset. Maybe something's happened. I would probably burn my eggs too if I was trying to
Well,
cook
that's
breakfast
fair.
and crying.
I
Yeah.
think, are they extra salty? The tears could be in the eggs.
I was gonna
That's
say
what
they're
it
pretty
is.
wet and salty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow
Moisture
both
retention
crispy
is,
and wet at the same time.
It's impressive, honestly.
Okay. So, like, do you have that spell that you were talking about last time?
Oh, Alex knows how to do, but I mean, Scylla knows how to do that. Alex check. It was locate object, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think yeah. Where
I
should
mean, you like
we?
wrote it on your arm or something, didn't you?
Yeah,
In
I have
in
like
the journal.
Scylla has like crazy notes everywhere. She looks like a
I know
crazy
I wrote all over
person.
my arms.
What'd you write?
I wanted me to read Scylla's journal, scary goth one.
Yeah.
Under scary goth one, you see another little writing. It
All
woke
right.
me up, and I don't know what to do.
Oh,
Hmm.
what? Okay.
Do I remember writing the other two on there?
And this
My
one
notebook
is
looks crazy
this
right
one is
now.
upside down, and a little. This one is the upside down to the way that you wrote it, or no, sorry, not upside down. This one is messier, like you wrote it without looking.
But it's still my handwriting.
Yes.
Okay. Scylla, what the fuck?
You think I did that? I don't have
You're the
fucking
fucking one
handwriting
that
like
writes on me.
You wrote that shit on yourself.
Yeah, but you're the one that likes to terrorize me.
I mean, that's really fair. That's actually pretty fair. I didn't do that though, because
Okay.
that's a terrifying sentence
I'm
to put
sorry.
on someone.
What? Devane finally takes a look at it.
It just says it woke me. I don't. I I
I don't know what to
overspoke
do.
there. I overspoke
Oh,
there.
okay.
It just says it woke me.
It woke me.
Except that other part of my note.
um. Well, that's new.
Did you have like a bad dream or something last night, Belvin?
No, I don't think so.
No memory of one.
I went to sleep on a belly full of pot pie. How could I have had a bad dream?
That's really valid. Were we doing something today?
Yes.
Oh,
We need to find a book.
that was the other thing that I completely missed in my description of that pack. I missed like a whole like line of text, and I realized that later. Yeah, Belle, when you first went through it, you found you found like a good half of your stash of pies. Cuz do you remember when you guys went to that the bakery and like cleaned them out?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, half of your stash from there is was in that cleric's pack.
This is gross now. I probably shouldn't eat that, huh?
No.
When we went to the bakery in Whitestone,
Whitestone.
hmm
like when I got shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, before that, even.
Yep.
We should go visit that bear again. I
We
miss
should go
him.
visit that bear.
Simpler times.
And the bakery.
Okay. That book, Magical Beasts, old
Yeah.
and new.
Yeah, in my notebook it just says, "Don't forget, find the book" in like all capital letters, and I look like really frantically writing it.
That is actually that's actually the image of the paper that you found. Is literally it says find the book, don't forget, 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 over and over and over again.
I'm a very accurate note taker. Okay, my other top note, by the way, is Macklemore.
That's
It's on the
literally
top
how
of
I
my
described
notebook.
it. God fucking damn it.
Never forget.
Should we go check back at bookshop? Or do you
Sure.
think that okay.
I mean,
Which one?
I have a spell that I can cast.
Which bookshop? There are two of them. We've been to
Oh,
two.
both, I
can
guess.
cast it like a billion times in one day if he wants me to not be able to fight
That's
anything.
a big number.
So one of the bookstores, the one that you went to that's currently open, is on
Pocket books.
on Altafi Avenue,
Mhm.
and the other one is where you just were, which you cleaned out pretty well. Was but you weren't looking for something specific, true. But anyway, yeah, that's back on Sawyer Street where you are now. So
I mean, the one's a lot closer. So
Yeah.
How long is 1,000 feet? Like really
it's,
big.
it's about a fifth of a mile.
Unhelpful metrics, but like, should we go to the bookstore and then I cast the spell?
I
Or we
mean, just
cast
to
it
be
now?
safe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, to be safe for sure. But I don't really know what a football field is, but it's like 3 and change of those.
Okay, that's big, but like not a whole town big.
Correct.
So I'm thinking at the creepy old bookstore, you can cast a spell, and then at Pocketbooks, we could just ask if she has a copy.
That seems fair. What if she's hiding it from us? What if she's evil?
What if she doesn't remember who we are? Again.
Walk and talk, walk and talk.
All right, so we're
okay,
gonna head
so
to
where are you heading? Yeah, where are you heading?
the Reader's Creed.
All
again.
right. All right.
Do we need to go back to the scary Notes house too? Because he might have hit it like under a floorboard or something, and we didn't find it because Scylla's got magic now.
Sure, we can do that too.
If we don't find it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one was also in Sawyer Street. So you're staying on Sawyer Street, I assume.
I guess the question is, theoretically, could we get from point A to point B. Point A being Rita's Creed, point B being Varen Alaris's house in 10 minutes.
I'd say it's about more of like a like 10 to 15 minute walk,
Okay.
like a 5 to 10.
I just know the spell lasts 10 minutes, so
Yeah.
And it's 1,000 feet.
Yeah. As they're walking to the bookstore, Scylla's just looking for weird looking twigs.
All right. So let me see.
A V twig. A V twig.
So 1,000 feet. I'm just trying to figure out like.
So are we leaving Branch at the hotel or?
times 45.
Do we know Branch exists still?
Yes. Yes.
Waiting for Mac to kill our memory of Branch so we don't bring him anymore.
Oh yeah, no. Branch is who's Branch?
what's a branch?
Jesus Christ. All
It's
right.
what I'm
sorry,
looking for. I need one
Marcus.
that is forked.
Okay. So, are you casting it now on your walk, or are you casting it when you get there?
No, on the walk, I'm looking for a forked twig on the ground, and then when we get there, I'll cast it.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
I died myself. Oh, no, I can't. I don't have it anymore.
You drop guidance for this?
I dropped guidance, I think, for Druidcraft because I felt like it was weird that I didn't have it.
So, yeah, jump, 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 jump. You asshole, fucking jump. I'll high five you with guidance.
Wouldn't you need to jump then?
No, I'm on your shoulders.
Oh, okay.
I assume my natural state is being on your shoulders.
Oh my god.
Jump up. It's okay. I mean, we can activate it a little more. Let's see. 24. Uh, 22.
22? Yeah, pretty easily.
Yes, I got the twig. I pick up a couple of them that looked forked and just shove in my pack.
Okay.
That's the
Case we
key
need
to
to
the
do this
whole
another
thing, right? That's what's gonna unravel the whole fucking.
Did you not know? Trees are magic. That's where your magic comes from, Belle. Did you know that? It's from trees.
I thought it was from a fountain inside of me.
No,
I
it's
thought I was a
always
beer
been-
keg.
You
I'm
are
so
beer keg.
confused.
You're the best beer keg ever. Still, stop fucking with him.
But I'm so stressed out that it brings me such joy.
But it woke me up.
Okay. So you find your twig and you get to the bookstore. Okay. And you're casting.
Cast locate object.
And it's within 1,000 feet?
1,000 feet.
Okay. How many feet is in a mile? 'Cause I know how many-
5,280.
5,200.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. You are
It's
so
about
good.
My entire life is measurement.
That's like asking a theater kid how many minutes is in a year.
No, God damn it. All right. Uh,
You
all
know,
right.
Mac. I know you know.
Yeah, I do. Anyway, okay, you cast it and nothing.
Oh, guys, there's nothing. It's not close to us.
Okay.
Okay.
So do we just fucking run in circles now?
We
or
start
something?
running. Yeah, we start running. I have this up for 10 minutes if we
Where?
keep going in a certain direction.
We
Where do you go? Because currently you are right. You are currently right on, like right where it says Sawyer Street. You're in that
In that intersection.
yeah, in that intersection. Let me see if I can shift click and get you guys over there. Hold on. It's like, boop. Yeah, like right there. You are in Sawyer Street. So currently, right now, which direction are you going?
I mean, do we want to haul ass to the guy's house or towards the other bookstore?
to Guy's house.
feel like-
They're in opposite directions of each other.
Right. So we got to pick one.
Okay, guy's house is like right here. Right here.
Hmm. If he was freaking out so much, would it still have been in his house that he wrote it down a million times? Find the book.
He did. in the letter that he wrote, he did say it was a request to keep the book longer. So he had
Right.
checked it out. So maybe
But who
I
most
mean, it
he
likely
could
has
just
be.
the rest of the
forgot that
books?
he had it.
Yeah.
So
That's
what
true.
it
I can
was.
cast it. Like
So what it was is
six
the
times.
book was never mentioned specifically in those letters besides asking if he had it, and that was the last correspondence that they had. The everything else was finding mentions of this book in other books as points of reference. Yes.
When you say he had it, which he are you referring
Sorry.
to?
Voron or
Cool.
Aloris.
Okay,
When
so
Aloris had the book,
and
he was not talking about the book,
got it.
Magical Beasts, New and Old.
Oh, got it, got
The
it.
book he had referenced Magical Beasts, New and Old, with the excerpt that I read to you guys last time.
Yeah, yeah. Cool.
But he was not able to track down any more of that, so he was back in correspondence with the other one, because after he copied that down after the other book, he was going around looking for this current one.
Cool, 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 cool.
And then he disappeared, and no one knows where he is, or no one knows who he is.
I mean, other bookstore then?
Yeah.
Is there a fucking library in town? Bookstore's better. We know where that is. Let's just go in that direction. Unless there's
So
a major disagreement on that.
No, I
So
say
you
other bookstore.
guys hoof it. So you guys going? So sorry, which one are you going to? You going to his house or the bookstore?
Pocketbooks.
pocketbooks.
So going to Pocketbooks on Altafi Avenue, and at this point the ping is still up, correct?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Okay. So as you make your way up through there,
Just random strangers just running through their streets looking really anxious.
so as you make your way up through there, yeah, you get no pings and you run up to Pocketbooks and no pings just as like the 10 minutes is about to elapse.
I got nothing.
Okay. Is Dana out?
She currently is. It's about like 9:30 in the morning. Yeah, she's currently just sitting there sipping a cup of coffee and reading a book.
Dana,
Oh, hi there. How are you?
good. Do you did we meet the other day? I can't remember.
I believe we did. You were with Little
Okay.
Leuven, right?
That's right. Yes, we did. We are looking for a very particular book right now, and we were hoping that you would potentially be able to point us in the right direction, if you either had it or knew where we could maybe find it,
Well,
if there's another.
as you can see, I have a very limited backlog, but let me see what I can do for you. What's the title?
Scylla, what the fuck's the book called? Scylla, what the fuck's the book called?
I remember it's Magical Beast, New and Old.
Thank you. I'm gonna write that down.
Right. Okay. Magical Beast, New and Old. Huh. Magical Beast, New and Old. Where have I heard that before?
Set off
Can't.
the mob.
Where have I heard that? She stops and thinks for like a good solid minute. She's no. I don't think that's one I have. Hold on. And I don't think I've ever seen it, but hold on. She just starts looking through her shelves, and she comes back after about 2-3 minutes and just I'm so sorry. It doesn't seem like I have it on my shelves, and well, I'm the only bookstore in town, but there is a grand library. Now that's usually more of historical types of things. I don't know if this is I don't know, maybe that's a historical book. But
It's got old in the title, so maybe.
perhaps. Yeah, I just wouldn't look much there for fiction.
No, that's fair. Yeah. Would that be the only other place that potentially we'd be able to find
Well, we
books
have
in general, even in town?
that's kind of why I popped up. I realized one day a couple months ago we don't really have a place to buy books in town, and I just felt like that was see a need, you fill a need.
That right there.
Wow. That was a reference.
Deep cut, baby. Deep cut.
Sorry.
Cyanide, Philonide.
I love that movie.
The movie's the best movie ever.
Oh
Fucking
my
Ron
God.
Williams at his greatest.
Oh my
The Britney Spears dance scene.
Yes. I just introduced Fern to that recently.
I've never seen it before.
Never.
Good on you. That's the best movie ever.
It's now a comfort movie. That and Holes.
Good choices.
Two ones they'd never seen before, and I was shocked.
The Holes is way more wild
Holes?
than Robots.
That's
Mhm.
really
Yeah.
Anyway,
Good job.
Anyway,
Sorry, I had to point that out. You
No,
couldn't
yeah,
have
it's
a
good.
Robots reference. In
it's
that.
okay.
I
It's
fucking
okay.
love robots, man.
Dude, it's the best movie.
Did you ever play the PS2 game? The PS2 game
Yes!
slapped.
Yeah.
It was so good.
there was a game.
Oh my god, core
Yeah.
memory unlocked.
It was really hard too. Like it was not an easy video game.
Absurdly difficult.
Hated that game.
I loved it. But I only ever
No,
played because my PS2 never had a memory card, so I only played like the first 2 levels, and then someone would shut it off. So I get really good at those first 2
That
levels.
was me with Star Wars Battlefront. I would try to get through the
That's
entire campaign.
frustrating.
Star Wars Battlefront 2 had a domination campaign where you could just like try to dominate the entire galaxy or save the entire galaxy, and I couldn't save, so I had to try to do it all in one go.
That's evil to not sell someone with a memory card. That's evil.
I know. Anyway, guys, back to
Sorry.
Jesus, getting me distracted. All right.
Well, we might try the Grand Library then, and just see if they know anything. We're hunting it down for a friend, and
Right, well,
thought we'd start with you because you've been so.
I'll certainly
Kind to
keep
us so
my
far.
eye open, and I'll double check every time I need to grab a book.
Sure, yeah, and if it pops up, we are staying over at the Rebel Oak, and we're easy enough to find, and we are
I'll send
happy
notice.
to pay handsomely for it. So
Oh, all right. Well, I'll keep both eyes out for it then.
So handsomely. Not even one gold, maybe.
Are we talking as handsome as you?
um,
Oh,
Well,
wow.
that's a pretty high price point.
It
Probably
is. That's
somewhere
why I'm
in that
asking.
area. Somewhere in that area. But
All right.
we better run.
All right,
Or-
little man, you run along.
All right, and I'll like tap my heels into Evane's shoulders.
She
Yeah.
was flirting upwards.
Yeah, like
As you're
Okay.
as you're sitting on a woman's shoulders, she's like, "I know your vibe."
yeah.
It's very hard to miss Fane's vibe.
I don't know. That dude on the boat clearly missed it.
Almost like Matthew Mercer fucking wrote him that way. Anyway, when I read that character, I was like, "Why, Matt?"
He was getting out some stuff. He was working through some things.
Anyway, so what would you guys like to do?
Towards library? Question mark?
Where is the church?
The church,
Yeah.
in reference to where you are now, you are currently right about here, just on like near the
The
entranceway,
entrance. Yeah.
and the church is right here, dead center.
Okay. And where's the library?
You were told it's on Mincelli Road,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
and you're currently on Ontavia Avenue.
Cross city hikes.
As we're walking,
Well,
to
as
the
you're,
library.
oh, sorry.
No, you go. If something happens,
I was just
You go
gonna
first.
describe. I was just gonna describe your surroundings a little more. You're currently in the entertainment.
let me know
district.
when we get passing the church.
It's okay. You're currently in the entertainment district. You pass by the Vermilion Orchid Casino, the Apex Concert Hall, the Marble Cloud Casino and Resort, the apparently abandoned Taliesin Theater, the Casino Sabre, as well as the Starlight Opera House and the Vinewood Casino. All of these places, most of these places are vibrant and pulsing, although some of them seem a little emptier than they seem to have need to be. Like there's one that you can see that I described last time with sort of an open concept type vibe to it, with no walls and kind of strung up tapestries as wall separators, and you can see it seems to be like kitted out for a much larger crowd, but it doesn't seem to be, you know, it seems kind of a little empty. Not empty, but like there's people there, but it feels hollow almost. It's an odd feeling.
Lotus Casino.
Do I remember the Taliesin Theater being abandoned?
Um, yes. When you got to town, it was unshuttered and it was well, it's that's the thing. It's not abandoned, but you can
Didn't
see
someone
that
tell us to go there?
They've
No,
been
we
telling
don't
us to go to
remember
the
that.
Apex.
Yeah.
yeah, they
Oh,
told
okay,
you
the
to go to
Apex.
the Apex to see
A
The live
show.
show or something.
yeah, it's a show called Marie and Gilbert. But yeah, the Taliesin Theater is no one's mentioned that to you. But you can see it's like the door, like one of the doors is hanging open. There's like, there's like a couple of sandwich boards that seem to have been like knocked over and like are just like kind of leaned up against something. You can see like a window has been smashed somewhere.
Scylla had seen Halloween Town in her youth. She'd be very suspicious of that place. But since she hasn't,
Well, you guys are welcome to do whatever you like with your time. But so that's basically what you see. But as you pass through Altafi Avenue, you do get closer to the church.
I feel like as they're walking past the church, because I know to pass it on their left as they're walking.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Scylla just looks over and sees like the big, like arching building, and just has a weird thinks about that weird look the Stormlord statue gave her, and she knows it was probably a trick of the light, but like honestly, weird shit happens for all the time, and she's just gonna not say anything and cast locate object one more time while she's standing there.
What are you trying to locate?
The book still.
Okay. You at this point do get a ping, but it is further down towards. It is in the direction of Mincelli Road. It is not in the direction of the church.
I got something. I got
What?
something. And so just starts running.
Ah,
Oh,
shit,
hang on, Bill.
fuck. Okay.
All right, you guys start pounding the pavement, and as you feel the ping getting kind of like more and more and more intense, you find yourself standing at the steps of a large stone building. It's almost looks a little like a small castle, and with like a singular tower in the center of what looked to be like a small set of a set of sort of shortened ramparts. But you enter through but you see a large doorway that is propped open with two of what are these guards called? I always forget what they are called. Oh, Zalezo. There are two Zalezo standing outside, both with kind of just fancy pole arms and very fancy dress. Both look very bored to be there, and just kind of both kind of give you a strange kind of like raised eyebrow look as you kind of skid to a halt on the steps outside.
Hello. What is this building?
Oh, this is the Grand Library.
Oh, great. This is exactly where we want to be. Can we come in? Is that all right?
As long as the sun's up.
Cool. That's a yes. Thank you so much.
We're so excited about learning.
Don't cause no trouble now. As you guys.
Ever.
All right.
Us trouble? No.
Never-
All right. So you guys head in, and there is a there is a desk up front, and there is a woman sitting at the desk. Um, I'm just gonna put it like this: she is human, and she looks like she is probably missing her appointment for yelling at a teenaged barista right now.
Nice. Nice.
So she blonde hair tied up in a really tight bun, bejeweled glasses, popping her gums super loud. The lipstick is just smudged a little bit right here, where she's like has like a really large mole right there. It looks like she's been scratching at it. But she looks up to you from what seems to be some sort of pamphlet or something. She goes, "What can I do for you? Welcome to the Grand Library."
Thank you. We're looking, we'd like to peruse the books if that's possible.
Everyone who wants to peruse the Grand Library must sign in beforehand. And she plops out a large kind of registry and
Yeah,
flips.
sure. Sounds good.
Here's a quilt. How long will you be staying?
3 hours, maybe
All
less.
right, please be sure to note down the time you arrived.
Sounds good.
All right. You will be monitored when you are in there. Just know that there is no checking out of any books, although copying is perfectly necessary. We have parchment if necessary if you did not bring your own, as well as quills. Please do not complain about the quality of ink. If any books are damaged, or if you are seen trying to take any books, you will be banned from the library, taken to the law offices, and tried on count of theft or defacement of public property. Is that clear?
Very clear.
Yes,
Very good. Signing the ledger lets me know that you have agreed to the terms of service. Yada yada yada. Enjoy your time at the Grand Library. Okay, bye.
Thank you so much.
go in.
You
Try to
guys,
find an
Follow
assistant.
Scylla.
you guys
Like,
push.
bat
We have-
sonar.
We have a homing missile.
Yeah, you have about I'd say about maybe 3 minutes left on this. You enter into the library at this point through this sort of antechamber, and it is a good-sized library. There are 3 levels, including the ground floor. The ground floor is littered with numerous tables and seemingly chairs where you see a scholar or two perusing through a couple of books. One is copying down vigorously from a set of scrolls. And then there are stairways that lead up to the upper 2 floors, where you can see more bookshelves lining the walls in a sort of like banister way going around. It's just one large main chamber, and you can see that there are doorways that lead off on the upper floors, but this first floor is just one singular main chamber. So you are getting a ping that is leading you upward. So
Upstairs.
okay, you follow the
You're
ping.
in front, Scylla.
So yeah, Scylla, you sprint. Oh no, Scylla's
I'm doing
fine.
shit.
So Scylla, you sprint up to the second floor and are immediately drawn to the as you're running down, as you're kind of like running past, you see hallways that lead down further into more and more bookshelves, and you are looking at the section names. You see Earth and magic, and you see history, you see society, you see all of these things, and you are finally skid to a halt in front of the bestiary section, and that is where the spell ends.
It's somewhere here.
And you can
I'm
see,
assuming in alphabetical order.
you look down a hallway, and it's a good, like, maybe 40-50 foot hallway, and each one is lined with bookshelves, and you can see maybe 2 other hallways that branch off from that.
Is there anyone else here? Like in this
You can
section?
see several what look to be there are figures standing in each of the corners of the room, as well as one in the center. So like imagine that it's a square room. There's one here, one here, one here, and one here. So
Sure.
it's like 3 on each side.
Cool. But there's not like a manic dude who looks like he hasn't slept in 2 weeks standing on a table scribbling.
No, that does not
Okay.
appear to be.
Cool,
These
sounds good.
these figures are they're dressed in simple garments, simple cloth garments with with a cord belting around their midriff with what looks to be some uh sort of like I don't know how what else to call it, but like a small tapestry kind of set over the belt that has a symbol that you don't recognize on it. But they all stand quietly, just sort of looking around. One has a small book that, just like a pocketbook that he seems to be thumbing through at the moment.
Mhm.
But and there are one or two people who are perusing themselves. But other than that, no, there's nobody who immediately catches your eye.
Scylla, which one is it?
He tries her best to do the alphabet. Find the book.
Okay, as you start looking through, you immediately notice, oh fuck, these are not in alphabetical order. They seem to have some
Oh,
sort of arbitrary sorting system that you aren't familiar with.
I could cast a spell again, but
Would-
I
You
think
could
we can
say
take 10 minutes to look.
you could also save your energy, just like ask one of those people over
Yeah.
there.
I'll go ask him if you want. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, well, let me give. Are the book names like on the spines and shit?
Yeah, mostly.
Okay, I'll give it a good once over before we go bug these clearly very
Okay.
bored
Are you
guards.
just so currently you're on this sort of this sort of like halt like banister way or like walkway on looking down on the floor and you're outside the section. Are you just looking on the outer walls of the section, the outer shelves of the section, or are you going in deeper?
I mean, I'll take a good, when you go to Barnes and Noble and you're like, I don't really know what I'm looking for, and you just walk and you like scan all the book titles until you see something
Okay.
interesting.
Okay. Give me so like tell you what. How long are you going to spend looking before you oh, how long are you going to
Well,
spend
like 5
looking
minutes.
before? Yeah, 5 minutes. Okay,
Yeah,
so give me a investigation check.
16.
16. Okay. Um, it is you are not seeing it like just at a passing glance. You see plenty of books. There are quite a few here. Numerous titles, none of which seem like they're helpful to you.
Oh boy. Okay. When we got to the section, was it just the ping, just like
The ping was
this is
in
the
this
right section?
direction, in
Was there
this
any like
direction.
up or like low floor? No. Okay.
You can't really remember where the last ping was. It kind of just drops away.
I don't want to use one of my spell slots.
While Sola is looking, can I go over to somebody who does not look preoccupied,
Mm-hmm.
like one of the assistants?
You walk over to one of the individuals. It's a young man with a shaved head, and he looks at you and says, "Good morning, miss. Is there anything that I can assist you with?"
Yes, my friends and I are actually doing some research. We're looking for a very specific book, Magical Beasts New and Old. I was wondering
Hmm.
if you could perhaps help us with that.
Hmm. I don't know the title, but if you give me some time, I could go to the records, find the sorting number, and I could potentially find where it's supposed to be if it hasn't been moved.
That would be very helpful. Thank you.
As a follow-up question to that, sorry, up here, um,
Hmm.
is w- is there an sorry, we're new to town. We're passing through, taking a look at things. Um, is there obviously there's a specific system in place here. Is there an easy way for an outsider to understand sort of how it's set up so that
Not really, no, and
okay,
that's rather intentional. There are quite a few books here that are extremely valuable.
fair enough. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't sending you on an errand that you
Not
didn't
at
need to
all.
go on.
Not at all.
Okay.
And as he was there anything else before I go?
Oh no, thank you.
Right. As he steps away, he kind of reaches into his cassock robe and pulls out a small whistle and blows a soft note on it. And you see from a doorway about like 8 or 9 feet away, it opens and a second individual in the same kind of garb, different looking, steps out and comes to stand in his place as he walks down the stairs to a different room. What would you guys? Are you guys just waiting for him to return, or so at this point it's been like 5 minutes? You haven't really found anything.
Sorting system sucks. Who did this?
They
It's
said it's very intentional, apparently.
Why?
As valuable books and stuff. So that lovely little bald man over there is going to go find us the number for the book to locate it for us. He said it would take a little bit of time. We could just like hang out and like pick up random stuff off the shelves and look at it, or I don't really know what we want to do here.
I mean, do we remember anything from what the guy's notes said of anything that we could look up in different books? Like we just grab a random book and be like, "Oh,
I mean, he
look at
said
that!"
something about a spell that modified your memory, and that's probably in a different part of the library entirely because that word there says bestiary. So,
and well, I remember when we were looking at his notes, he to me it seemed like he was trying to just figure out every avenue of memory modification, like potions, plants, spells, and then this is the thing that he ended up thinking was the answer.
yeah. I mean, we could, spend some time like really trying to find it and looking up and down this here section. And if he's not back in like, I don't know, 30 minutes and we haven't found it, then
Yeah, we can just
I
keep
don't
looking. I
I
feel
Yeah,
like
why not?
I'd rather be moving than sitting.
yeah. Well, and I don't know how much time it's going to take us to like do anything with this thing once, like this thing being the book, once he comes back with it. But also, who knows if he's going to come back with it, right?
What if we
Yeah,
like just set him off and he's like going to tell the secret police about it? We're gonna get marked.
Exactly. So we should keep looking.
sure. All right, whoever finds it first, whoever finds it first.
Gets the blink medallion.
Gets the next scary message written on them.
It's the Blink medallion. Oh, you're on. I'm looking.
Okay, go ahead and make contested, I guess, investigation checks.
Yeah.
Come
Rollies.
on, come on, Ruin. +4 intelligence.
We are the.
Oh, great.
11.
I got a 12.
I got a 14.
Fuck you.
Jesus Christ, 11, 13, and 14. My God. Okay. So, and still, last time you got a 15, right?
I think it was a 16,
Yeah.
16? Okay. Uh,
something like
so
that.
you guys spend the next about 10 to 15 minutes looking around this, like, just like going spine by spine, shelf by shelf, down and up and down these hallways. And you are finding books on books on books on books on books on books. You are finding books with the word beast in them, books with the words new and old in them, books with the word magic in them, but none of them the specific book that you're looking for, unfortunately. And after about 20 minutes, you hear the echoes of footfalls approaching, and you see this individual come back, and he's holding a scrap of parchment in his hand, and he says, hello. He calls down the hallway, miss, sir,
Oh,
Yeah.
wander back over.
oh, right. Kept looking, I see. Understood. Well, if you'll just follow me, and he leads you down, actually.
Shut up. Come here.
He leads you down one of the hallways to a shelf near the back, kind of near where you were looking, Belle, but like way higher than you were quite
Well, that's
looking.
just not fair.
He pulls up a ladder and just goes up a couple of steps and goes across a couple of spines, checks his notes, and reaches up and pulls down a book. And he comes down from his ladder, and he's holding a pretty hefty tome, and he kind of dusts it off. Right. And he checks his notes. So this would be the bestiary tome, magical beasts New and Old, or Old and New, whichever it is. New and Old. Written by Thaddeus Monk. And I see. This is a first edition and one of the only copies remaining. There was a ban instituted several almost oh geez my it must have been 8 9 decades ago at this point, but a lot of them were destroyed in that banning. So this is one of the few copies that remain. So you're lucky that you found one here.
Very. Has the library ever considered?
You'll be very careful with it.
Well, yes, we'll be very careful with it, of course. Has the library ever considered creating more copies? Just
That is, we have records. We have people who have copied each of the works
Very
here. Every time we get a new one, it's part of the process before it goes on the shelf. But the production of books is not really our
Of course.
purview.
just meant the maintenance of information, if nothing else. So
That is taken care of.
very good.
Something we
Well, we'll just be right here. I'll point at the closest table if there is one.
there are no tables up on the levels. They're all downstairs.
Oh, can we take this downstairs, or do we need to stay?
That would be
Here
fine.
with
Just be aware that you will be being watched. No one's
Of
going to be
course.
over your shoulder, but
They can sit across from us if they want. It's fine.
not
Yeah,
necessarily.
we're
but-
just taking notes.
all right. Do you require parchment or ink or quill?
No, I have a notebook. It's fine.
All right. Well, and he kind of gingerly and gently hands over the book to you, Yvain. And well, take care. Knowledge is power.
Thank you so much. Do we return it up to you here when we're done?
Simply return it to either the front desk or any one of the assistants you see around the room.
Awesome. Thank you.
Not a problem. Enjoy your read.
Go downstairs, get settled at a table,
Okay.
crack it open very carefully.
Okay. So there are several sections in this book, and it is like I said, it's a hefty tome, and specifically there are at least like 60 chapters in it. Where do you want to start? Do you want me to run through the chapter list for you or the section list?
I think she would just, if there's an index, she would look for anything on Hydra, the word Hydra anywhere.
There is an index in the back, and the word Hydra does seem to be mentioned in several places. There are like in numerous places across the book. It doesn't seem to have just one single entry.
Was there a
Read
table
us
of
the chapter
contents
list.
in the
There-
front?
There is a table of contents. The chapters, none of them seem to say false Hydra or Hydra of any kind. They seem to be more like general based, and each chapter then has like different sections that are not labeled in the table of contents. So there are chapters on, beasts of burden, mythical beasts, beasts of travel, all sorts of stuff like that. Innocuous beasts, rodents, that
Well,
kind of
I
thing.
guess let's be careful, but this fucking spine's about to get a workout as we go back and forth between the index and the page that we're supposed to be on.
Oh, no. We'll try mythical beasts, I guess.
Okay. So go ahead and make an investigation check for me as you page.
Can I
through
help?
this. Yeah, sure. You can make it. You can make it with advantage.
Can I cast guidance?
Sure.
I love that we all understand that I need this.
Oh yes, you do.
Eric.
Oh, thank God.
Oh my god, dude.
So 20. Oh, I got guidance, right? Hold on.
Yeah, plus a d4.
The little d4.
Just a little one.
Yeah, 22.
Okay, so
20.
in the as you're perusing through the mythical creatures section, or the myths and legends section, I should say, you come across a familiar passage. Common wisdom holds that the false Hydra comes from the ground. They spontaneously originate as undifferentiated masses of flesh, potatoes that sprout from no seed, Supposedly, they germinate in response to lies, and that each falsehood causes a false hydra to swell larger. You found it. The passage continues. Scholars agree because they have no better idea. In fact, so much about these abominations boggles the mind that scholars really don't know where to begin. Paranoia dominates any discussion about it. Everyone wants to know, is it here? Is it in my town? Is that long, flaccid face watching me through the window even now? There are false alarms. Criminals and deserters have pleaded that they were merely under the influence of their false hydra, or that they were merely trying to escape its influence. And sometimes that was the truth. There are ghost towns in the Grey Waste, victims of false hydras. People do not revisit those sites out of fear of vengeful ghosts, and perhaps the false hydra is still there. The black rot at the center of the bone. And how would you even know? In gentler lands, you'll find skeptics. These erudite scholars will stroke their chin and calmly tell you that there is no such thing as a false hydra. It is some confabulation, villages seized by some infectious insanity, or perhaps some subtle demon. But they are wrong. Infiltration. The false hydra enters a town through a humble enough method. Fattened on worms, it has been growing upwards these last few days, weeks, years, but is only now broken through the soil. It emerges in a basement from behind the jars of fruit preserve, or pushes its face up through a broken cobblestone. And then it begins to sing. While it sings, it is ignored. It just creates gaps in your attention and then slips through them. It is subtler than any invisibility and more reliable. At this point, the false hydra is only a torso, presumably about the same size as a man's, buried somewhere in the ground. The neck grows up until the head emerges from the ground. The head is only the size of a man's head at this point. It resembles a man's head too, but white, hairless, and with thick deformities of the brow and lips. The eyes are nothing but wet, black holes. But of course, none of this is noticed. While it sings, the hydra exists in our blind spot. Growth. The hydra eats people, of course. To eat someone, it must usually stop singing, which endangers the hydra somewhat. Somewhat, since now it can be noticed. To make this task easier, the hydra usually drags the unfortunate victim a short distance underground, into a basement, sewer, or small chamber that it has excavated, and devours them there. A man is walking along a deserted street. Suddenly, he realizes that the silence is more profound, as if a loud noise had just ceased. There is a rattle as a sewer grate slides over stone. In that darkness, a fleshy face, leering with undisguised hunger. It lunges forward on a thick neck that slides out of the darkness like a sheath, 1 foot, 3 foot, 6 feet long. And then it bites him on the arm and drags him down that narrow gap, yanking and twisting to fit the man's body through that too small space. And when the sounds of eating have ceased, the song resumes. The man has a family, friends who will notice his absence. But the song of the hydra massages their mind, smoothing the wrinkles on their brain. The hydra has eaten the man, so the hydra now knows the man. The song erases the memories from their soft heads. They will not notice his absence, nor remember him. And in this way, the hydra grows. Its neck stretches long, longer, and with it, its influence. The false hydra song dissonance. The false hydra song hides the memories of the devoured victims in the same way that it hides the false hydra. But this is not a perfect system. Wives will wonder why their men's clothes are in her closet. people will notice that no one has lit the street lanterns these last few nights. Churches suddenly find themselves without a bell ringer. By large, these gaps close themselves up. The wife will forget about the clothes as soon as she stops looking at them. She will confabulate, powerfully and constantly. But part of her mind is cognizant of the disturbance. That part of her mind is distrusted and sealed away. But that primordial cluster of neurons still fires. A syphilitic madman who has been locked away in his attic by his family, but whose mutters can sometimes be heard during the lulls in the dinner party downstairs. It goes on to describe more about what kind of things you could notice, and the more things it describes, the more cases you seem to be placing into place here.
While we're going over this, I want to be keeping track of the time that we have been here, so we don't drastically exceed our 3 hours, and
So
also
you've
just
been-
kind of keeping an eye on the people around us to make sure nobody's like leering.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Oh, that's gonna go great.
Yeah.
No problem, guys.
And you've been here for about, I'd say, as you're finished, all three of you reading this, I'd say you've been here about an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay, cool.
No one
15.
seems to be giving you any kind of side eye.
Cool.
You know, there
So
are people
this-
there. You are being watched very,
Right. Yeah,
very
yeah.
intensely, but no one's giving you any kind of side eye.
Cool.
Who shouldn't be.
There's no information on weaknesses, what to do to overcome anything.
Anything about, so everything written here is all written from the aspect of legend. This is all rumored things because no one's ever seen one in real life. That's something that they specify, that there has never been a documented case of a false hydra. There has been rumored cases, but no proof was ever able to be found besides these small hints and that have been put together. The information you found has been pieced together from legend, from pieces of legend and rumors and hearsay and myth that has been, and this is basically like, this is a breakdown of the Loch Ness monster, it's that kind of thing. Someone said, like, Matt Pat did a theory on the Loch Ness monster, and that's what this is.
There's a shitty kind of sketch off to the side, like a blurry Bigfoot photo, and
exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, I could
That's
show you
just
several
a
of them.
theory. A false hydra theory.
I'm assuming all of us have been taking notes down here and there.
Oh, Scylla's been frantic, trying to
Okay.
like not look really freaked out, but like is taking immense notes, just like Alex did.
So yeah, if you'd like, I can show you a bit of this, but then because I want to treat this like the book, so you can only copy it down. You can't have the actual source material. But I'm not sure how to do that.
My friend's reaction makes so much sense. I was telling my friend Krista, I was like, hey, like, you don't tell me, but like, do you know what a false hydra is? Her face just fell. And then she goes, I'm gonna pray for y'all.
I mean, yeah, I think when Max said it, I went, okay.
So
So that's a lot of information.
that's a lot of information, but a few things caught my mind. Also, a flaccid face. What if someone was like burn right in the book? It's fine. Built from lies, and also it grows from somewhere in the ground,
Like a potato.
like a potato,
We could make pies out of it.
and then it eats people, and then
Don't want that in the pie.
What?
it knows all of their memories.
Do I remember in this moment that Scylla mentioned gopher holes at any point?
Nope.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
Nope.
Okay.
When the gopher holes are gone from our brain, I lost that information.
What's a gopher?
So it's like singing could be like just like for like a little bit, like
Scylla, as you put your fingers in your ears, you kind of you see like you feel like out of the corner of your ear, because like out of the corner of your eye you can see that there are windows all over this um this building that are shining very beautiful natural light in through to kind of light up the room. um Out of the corner of your eye you see something kind of flash in one of the windows, and you turn and you see there's a hole in one of the windows. And as you turn, your fingers kind of pull out of your ear for just a second, and you turn. There's nothing out the window, but you do see the hole though.
What's up?
You guys see there's you see the hole over there?
You blink and it's gone.
No.
Well,
Like gone from my sight or gone from my brain?
Both.
I don't know. What did I just say?
I don't know.
Yvain, as you're kind of like you go down to take to kind of like check your notes and kind of like just read it again, and scrawled right by your pen is window.
In whose
Mm.
handwriting?
Yvain's.
Window. Window? What? She starts looking around at the windows.
It's a beautiful day.
Do I have more words on me?
You look and you don't see anything.
Yeah.
I'm clean still.
Scylla, what were you saying before?
Syl looks down at her notes and she's probably circled a bunch of stuff that she thinks is fucking weird. Um, it's. Do I still know about the singing thing, man? I don't even know what I should be saying about that.
You remember everything that. Okay, are you guys seeing? Hold on a second. Check your. Hold on.
Oh my god, we're so broke.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm looking at my inventory.
You should have in your journal right
Oh,
now
yeah.
a document that says false hydra. So
Oh, yeah, I
this
see
is
it.
the basis of the information that you're getting. I'm going to take it out of your inventories in a few minutes. So copy down any information you feel is necessary or you feel like you would like to. I'm setting a timer for 3 minutes.
It says it must stop singing to eat people.
Yep.
Does that mean whenever we don't forget stuff, someone's about to disappear?
No, I think it means that it tried to fucking eat me.
Oh, it woke me up.
Okay. I wrote something on my notebook just now. It says window, and I don't remember writing it.
What's wrong with the window?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So
But okay, so it sings and it so yeah, we just need
50 seconds.
either a way for it to stop singing or for us to not hear it singing.
okay, so it's probably somewhere underground, and then it starts singing.
The last thing you see is you see mention of you see a mention of spells like true sight and divination and other divination spells, as well as something about like you of course the song, but also there are mirrors. Mirrors have been said to there was a legend about a warrior with a mirrored shield who was able to fight one once.
Mirrors. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I took a bunch of it.
All right.
As we solved it. As we're like talking, Scylla's like rummaging through her bag and is like shaving at something with her whatever something sharp she has in her pocket, and is like taking a piece of her bedroll and is like cutting off like a bit of it to like be able to use his earplugs.
Okay. All right. As you're doing this, one of the robed individuals steps up behind you, up to your table, in plain view of you guys, and just says, "Excuse me, I've been informed that your time has come to has come up. Would you be staying longer, or will you be leaving?"
I think we're all right. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be leaving.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
Of course. Feel free to come back whenever you'd like.
Very well.
All right, and he scoops up the book and closes it, brings it close to his chest, and have a wonderful day, and thank you for your stay.
Thank you.
Bye. All right. Let's leave before the mean lady throws us out.
And as you guys are exiting the Grand Library, I think that's a good place to take our little bio break. So go grab some water, use a bathroom, be back here in like 5-10 minutes.
Cool.
Alright.
Eat.
Oh my god.
I did nothing wrong.
Are we ready?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Are we
Yeah.
ready?
Yes.
Do
For
we
what?
need to stop for any longer?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Erica's just like, I got my snacks, I'm good. All right. So you guys are exiting the Grand Library with this new information. What would you guys like to do now?
Oh. Do you know
So-
any magic that can make us deaf?
Yeah, but only for like a minute.
I mean, if you get punched in the ears really hard, you go deaf.
I made some earplugs. Holding up like the most janky.
We can just get
things of
wax to
cotton.
do. So you know you can do that with wax, right?
Wax, yeah.
I don't have a candle on me. We're in a library.
So you see that right there? I'll point at any street light, any fucking street light here.
The ones that
haven't
don't
been
get
lit.
lit anymore.
Yeah, they haven't been lit in months. No one will know if we take a candle.
Mel, do you want to go? Do you want to steal some candles? I'll lift you up.
Can we reach if I go up?
I
They're
don't know.
about like 11 feet, like 10 feet tall. Yvain, you're like
I'm
7.
7.
Belle, you're like
Totally enough height.
3.
I'm
you
2'9".
You're 2'9". Yeah, if you stand on her head and reach, you can barely reach it. Like you have to stand on her head.
Sure, I'll try and grab some
Okay.
candle.
Go ahead and make a. Oof. Jesus, what would this be? Huh.
Dex?
I don't know, but I'm gonna be
I don't
bad
wanna
at it.
I don't want to give you just a straight dex. I want to I like. Let's call it acrobatics
Listen.
because let's call it acrobatics because like you're
balancing act.
balancing. Yeah, it's a
That's my only physical skill, and I rolled a 9. So I'm bad at
Oh man.
everything except talking.
So, you are trying to get it open and struggling with the latch, and you end up losing your balance a bit and start to fall. Yvain, if you want to make a dex save, you can try to catch him.
Yep. I got advantage on those. Hell yeah. All right. Okay. I'll take the 15.
Okay. Yeah, you quickly grab him. You were basically hanging on to him anyway.
Okay. Do you want to try again or no?
I'm sure we can find a candle that's not high off the ground too. So
Sure, let's do that. I'll just put you back
See,
on the
my way
shield.
was like, I didn't almost break my neck.
yeah, but you
Just
fucked
the
up your
thought.
sleeping bag.
I sleep on the ground all the time. Whatever.
In your fucking sleeping bag.
By the way,
Okay.
Scylla, are you using those earplugs that you made, or are you just holding them?
I'm holding them right now because I feel like if
Okay.
Yeah. Do we want to go somewhere to plan and figure out what we're gonna do?
Probably. Dude. Does anybody feel like we should go back to the church at all?
You know,
the
yeah.
church gives me really weird vibes. I'm not going to lie. I kind of thought the book was going to be there. That's why the spell ran out.
No, I had this feeling in the back of my head when I woke up this morning. Something
I
about
don't
the
like
church.
Mac's smile. It's freaking me out. I can't look at it.
I'm sorry, I'm a terrible poker face.
You know who actually? Yes, great. You know
Go
who?
away.
As
You
much as
shall see nothing.
I love my almost adoptive mother. I would just want to say that now. I just want to say that now. But you know who lies a lot?
The church.
Church.
The church.
I mean, yeah, let's go to the fucking church. I don't know what
Like
we're
in
looking for.
well, I mean, I do have one 4th level spell. That could
And
it's locate creature. So we don't even need to go in the church, really.
hang on. Are you saying that you think the thing is chilling in the church?
It says that it eats people and then knows their memories. So I think that it could be either is one of the people at the church or is in like the basement of the church eating potatoes. I don't know. I didn't understand the potato analogy in the book.
Oh no, no, no. It's like a flesh potato.
Ew.
Flesh tato.
Yeah.
What did the priest that we talked to look like back? Did he have really black eyes?
No, he didn't. He
No?
was an
Okay.
old man.
I just
Father
don't trust.
Alpha.
This is Alex. This is Alex
His
fucking through. I do
name
not
was-
trust the church.
Yeah, you went to the. Where is
We
it?
just need to walk past it. It's another 1,000 feet thing.
I want to go in.
Shit, I can't.
I'm just worried that maybe if I do that, he might like sense me doing it.
Ah.
Let me look at the spell.
So
Everyone's
here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I think.
Mhm.
Creatures, right? Most of the time
Mhm.
they have legs. This thing in the book seemingly can move at all.
Horizon's Rest.
So
Wow, they're all forward, yeah.
unless we're ready to go in and wreck face right now, maybe not knowing is better because it doesn't paint a target on our back.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm saying like, okay, say we plug our ears and then suddenly we see these things. What fucking then?
Yeah,
So at
and
what point are we assholes and we just run down the road? We know Tally and Porter are coming down, and we grab them and we say, "Sorry, wedding canceled," and we just walk away.
That doesn't sit right with me.
It doesn't sit right with me either, but this also seems really fucking bad.
yeah.
There are 3 of us.
Okay. How about we make this a little more personal then, just to put the empathy in perspective. Leuven could get eaten.
That's a valid.
Who's Leuven? Oh, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We could get eaten.
Yeah, but also we've figured out what's going on, maybe, so listen, the fucking neck
I
thing
don't
is
know.
really freaking me out too, but like we have to do something.
There's also that I don't know, man. I really do not like things messing with my head.
Anybody want to send a letter?
To whom?
I don't fucking care.
To be like, hey, you think that's what that bird thing was?
Yeah,
And
I
then
do.
gone?
I do think that's what the bird thing was.
Do they even have messengers going out to the city nowadays? I mean, we could send
Oh fuck, we have a rock.
Ellie.
We can just talk to fucking Lisette across the planet.
I thought
yes.
that, yeah.
My thought is just to get information out of the bubble at some point so that in the event that we get eaten underground like potatoes, people don't just keep wandering in here.
So okay, you want me to
Why don't
call?
we go back to the room first so we're not having this conversation in the middle of the street?
No,
Okay.
as we're walking.
Or we can go to the
With
church.
Mel on my shoulders. So you
Yeah,
want me
what is
to
What is the destination? Just curious.
Oh yeah. Where are we going?
I'm fine to go back to the tavern too. The church is
We can
just
go to
giving
the.
me ick.
It is also giving me the ick as well.
Do you want to just swing by and do the ping or no?
I mean, if we do it today and then we go to sleep, I still have a 4th level spell slot, whatever that means. If we do it tomorrow and then we have to go fight it, I no longer have a 4th level spell slot.
That's a good point. Okay.
Hey Mac, question for you.
You.
How quiet and or telepathic is message? The message cantrip that I have.
Let me take a quick look at.
It says the word whisper in it twice, but it also says that only the creature and only you can hear it. So like I don't know what level
message
that is.
You point your finger toward a creature within range and whisper a message. The target, and only the target, hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear. You can cast this spell through solid objects. Okay. If you're familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier, magical silence, 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or it blocks the spell. Okay. So because magical silence blocks the spell, you
Mhm.
do have to audibly speak it,
Right.
but like, I'd say the lowest possible volume at which you can speak and still be heard by somebody who happens to be very close. Like
Okay.
as loud as you would whisper in someone's ear.
Okay, so basically like a breath into.
Yes.
Okay. So then I'm gonna point at Scylla and I'm gonna say, Scylla, just a thought. Maybe don't burn your top level magic on a scouting mission when I'm maybe getting fucking eaten in the middle of the night. Because that could be any one of us. Just a thought.
Yes, I don't know. It's
So what is the destination again?
We going to the church or we going home? Home. Home base.
I think it's probably safer in the moment to go home. Yeah.
All right.
Unless, what is the point of the church?
Feels weird.
What is the goal?
I mean, we could see if
If
anybody else signed in for the wedding at this point.
That's a good idea. We can go
Try and,
pray to the Stormlord that we don't get murked.
yeah.
yeah, damage control early if we can for guests arriving. Let's swing
Then we
through.
can go
Let's
to the
swing
church.
through. Yeah,
We just need to be the least unsuspicious ever been. Nothing bad has ever happened to us.
of course not. Besides,
Should I put
Father
my
Alfred was
earplugs in?
it's up to you. Father Alfred was pretty chill, so so church. We're going to the church. It's also kind of on the way back.
Go to the
Mr.
church.
To the church.
To the church, to the church. Okay, so you guys head to the.
I'm gonna put my earplugs in for the walk there.
Okay. So on your walk to the Horizon's Rest, Scylla, you kind of roll up these cotton balls and shove them into your ears and kind of take a look around. And as you do, you start to see those holes again.
Do I remember that I have forgotten that I saw the holes?
No, but you
Go
see the
for
hole.
holes.
You see the holes, and they feel familiar. You see them all over the street. You see even a few punched into the insides of walls of buildings. They're all about maybe the size of someone's shoulder, like a large, like
Oh, they're big.
like about like it looks like someone jammed their head through a wall. You know, it looks like it's about a head-sized hole. And there are some that are
And this happens like
pretty immediately once you put the earplugs in.
immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. Scylla is like frantically scribbling in her notebook and just starts nudging Yvain like
Because she has zero context for any of that,
doesn't mean
she's just like, she mouths "what the fuck" to you. You're seeing this right now?
You cannot hear her, Scylla.
Oh, you need to.
Yeah,
You
like-
see holes in the ground.
Should I make an intelligence check to see if I can interpret her sign language?
Go ahead. You're very
Scylla-
familiar. You're very
I
familiar.
grabbed
with her.
the fucking notebook. Are you seeing holes in the ground?
Scylla, can you hear
Okay.
me right now? Scylla?
I mean, I'm assuming I can hear Bella right now, yeah?
Yes,
It's in my
the
brain.
earring. In the earring, yes.
Yes.
You can also hear her speak.
Right, yeah.
So
You
there's
just-
like
but yeah, whenever
holes.
whenever they speak, it's like Charlie Brown adults.
There's like holes everywhere. I don't understand the fucking holes.
No, there's not.
But
No, there's not.
Yes, there is.
are there flesh potatoes in the holes?
Am I just seeing holes?
You see
Or are
one.
there
You see one
flesh
pretty
potatoes?
about like 5 feet from where you're standing. Do you go and
Is
check?
there a flesh potato in it?
Okay, you.
I
walk
try to
up-
like nonchalantly check. Like I try to be like so chill about.
Okay, as you walk past it, because you're currently walking past a bunch. You're walking through them basically, and
How are they not like tripping?
you just as you watch Yvain and Belle, they just seem to be stepping over them, and at one point, like you do see Belle almost trip, but he just automatically corrects his step without even looking. Wait, I'm sorry. It's just Yvain walking. I'm sorry. So Yvain almost does this, but automatically corrects her step. And you look down, and it's just a dark, like, hole in the ground, like a gopher hole, like something has burrowed into the ground or burrowed up from under the ground.
And these are like everywhere.
I'd say there's like it seems to be that like it's concentrated in certain areas, and then there's like one or two along the way, like maybe like 2 or 3 along the way between them, and each one is separated by about maybe 150 feet. It's not uniform, I'm trying to like give
Okay.
you the
Just,
best
like, random.
approximation I can. They're in random places, but they
This
are
place got potholes.
yeah, they are littered in like everywhere you look now, you see at least one.
Okay.
Can you tell me what you're seeing? Oh, write that down. Can you tell me what you're seeing?
You also have the earrings, and those seem to be working.
No. Can you tell me what you're seeing?
Can I jam my fingers in Yvain's ears?
Okay, yeah.
Just like from on top of her head.
Okay, Yvain, you feel Bell stick his fingers in your ears, and as he does, you kind of blink, and you start to see the holes as well.
Oh fuck. How? Oh
You
shit.
you start to remember when you first came in how this town seemingly looked almost hollow. Like it was a thriving town, but it seemed like it was a little emptier than it should be.
Do you think it would just be easy to
like
evacuate
it's-
everyone at this point?
Would they even believe us?
Not unless we do what we're doing now.
I mean,
Belle, do you still have Yvain's fingers in her ears?
I'm sitting on top of her,
Okay.
realizing that I can't talk to them anymore because I have both of my hands in her ears. So I'm just sitting there. Hmm.
It's at this point that you guys have reached the temple. What would you guys like to do?
I mean, does one of us want to stay with their cannot hear? I can put my hood up and just, I don't know, I'm having an overwhelming day. I don't want to speak to anyone. I just want to go talk to the Stormlord.
Yeah, sure. You can go have your chat with the Stormlord.
Take my fingers out of her ears. I don't think it's a great idea for any person to be solo at any point here.
Yvain,
I'm just saying, like,
as
but one of us can't hear.
Yvain, as he takes his fingers out of your ears, you kind of blink and shake, and there are no holes. There seems to be one in your memory because you don't really remember what these guys are freaking out about. You guys
Oh,
are just
wait.
you guys are just here to talk to this guy about the Hydra.
Well, why would it be bad if Scylla was alone?
I hate it here. I hate it here so much.
I mean, generally speaking, for us, when any given person is on their own, it ends poorly. This is not a local thing. This is a universal thing for us.
At this point, I'm assuming that all conversation is being held through the
Yes.
earrings. Okay, good. Until Scylla, you tell me that you take the
Right.
earplugs out.
I don't think Scylla's gonna take those damn earplugs out.
Yeah. Yeah, Yvain, you forgot why he had his fingers in your ears, basically.
Well, we could be a wet willy.
Yeah, Scylla was doing something with her ears. I don't know. Let's go talk to Father Alfred, see if any other wedding guests have checked in.
I don't think we should bring up anything about anything that's going on to him.
A wedding?
Not the fucking Hydra belt.
Listen, I said the wedding, and then you started talking about stuff that's going on. Last I checked, the most recent piece of the fucking conversation was the goddamn wedding.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't have a whole lot of room to move up here. I can't stomp around. I can just kind of wiggle.
Okay, so we're going to see if anyone else is signed in.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
Where was the sign-in book, like, in relativity to, like, the lobby?
It was in his
Like, was it
office.
in view?
It was in his office.
Yeah. I mean, I think we just go talk to him and, see if anyone else has come. Because, I mean, we're trying to get ahead of things somewhat.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
See if there's
Okay.
anybody
Okay, so
else here.
you guys head in. Last time you guys arrived, there was a sermon being given. This time, the pews are empty, as is the podium at the top, the dais, whatever you want to call it, the bema. Uh, there are one or two people who seem to be sitting in the pews, either just having a quiet moment to themselves, maybe saying a prayer. There's one person kneeling in front of the Stormlord statue, just quietly speaking to themselves. There's also, you can see at this point, two cloaked and not cloaked, robed members of what you can see as the clergy, I guess you'd call it, that are just kind of roaming around, keeping an eye on people, and one kind of bends over to talk to the one praying at the altar. But yeah, you have the temple to yourselves. What would you guys like to do?
I guess just find someone, ask if we can speak to Father Alfred real quick, and
Okay.
What
be
does
on our
the
way.
church look like to Scylla?
To Scylla, largely unchanged, despite besides the presence of one or two of like a few holes in the among the pews and on the ground as well, and in a couple of the walls.
Okay.
But you walk up to one of the priests who does not seem preoccupied, and it's a kind of a young man with shock of red hair, just like orange, bright orange freckles. Looks like Ron Weasley's twin or something. And he just kind of looks up to you, and oh, hello. How can I help you?
We're looking for Father Alfred. We came
Oh,
through,
oh, I'm
checked in with him
sorry.
yesterday.
I'm sorry. Father Alford's not in today.
Oh, okay. Is there any way that he had a sign-in book for weddings? We're here for a wedding coming up, and we wanted to see if anybody else had arrived yet. He asked us to sign in
Ah, right.
yesterday.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Okay. Ba, ba, da, ba, 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 ba. 24.
24. Oh, yes, absolutely. You would be with the Stone family, correct?
Yeah, that's us.
That is the next wedding we have coming up, I believe. Absolutely. Roy, if you wouldn't mind following me, um, just oh, come along. And he leads you down the hallway back to Father Alford's office. He pulls out a ring of keys and just pops it open. Poor Father Alford, his wife took ill, so
Oh no,
he's taking care of her, the poor woman. So he
it's too bad.
heads in. Just stand for a moment if you don't mind. And he goes under the desk, pulls out the large ledger, kind of flips over and right, stone, stone, stone. Right. What were your names again?
Belvin, that's Scylla.
I'm Vane.
Right, right. Um, so it looks like you're the only three who have arrived so far.
Okay.
Um, but if you'd like, I can have notice sent to your place of residence or wherever you're staying once they arrive.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be great. The Rebel Oak is
Sorry,
where we're staying.
just one thing I have to check. There's not also a Catherine Elderberry on in the
Um,
ledger.
yes, right here. Just above yours, in between. Yes, right here. And he turns, and you see between under Belbin's name is Catherine.
Right.
That's weird.
Just wanted to check.
Okay. Yeah, we can have. Uh, we're staying at the Rebel Oak. For through when the wedding happens. So any notice would be great.
Absolutely right. Right, of course. And he kind of just closes the book. The Rebel Oak Tavern, and he writes it down on a scrap of parchment. Rebel Oak Tavern, Belbin, Elbury, Silverstone, Yvain. Right. Anything else I could do for you today?
I don't think so. I think that was it. We just wanted to see if anyone else in the party had arrived yet.
All right. Well, shall I? I shall be informing of Father Alford
Of course, yeah.
of your visit. But any message you'd like to pass along to him?
Just that we hope his wife feels better soon.
Very well. All right. Well, you all have a wonderful day. And he kind of escorts you
Yeah.
out of the door and turns the key and walks off.
Back to the tavern then.
Yeah, can you give me like 10 minutes?
Sure. As in, we should stand here. We should walk away.
Oh, no, whatever you'd like. She legitimately feels so overwhelmed that she is gonna go pray.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys walk back into the main antechamber, and at this point, the person who is kneeling before the statue, the altar, does as walked as left it seemingly. So, there's no one there. You could also go sit in one of the pews if you'd like. What would you like to do?
I think she's gonna sit in the pew closest to the statue.
Okay.
And yeah, the gist is I know after that fucking stunt that I pulled with the scythe, that I don't deserve this, but I don't really give a shit about me. Just let me live long enough to protect them. Please let me live long enough to protect them.
You close your eyes as you say this and just kind of just push the thought and feelings out into the ether of the world. Was that a rumble in the distance, or was someone just moving one of the pews a little bit? It's a little hard to tell.
That's what I do.
Okay. Either of you do, Scylla, Belle, either of you doing anything while this is happening, or are we moving on?
I think while Scylla's sitting there, she also talks to the Storm Lord, but like not in like a
In her
Yvain way. It's in her head. She's just sitting there and she's like looking at Yvain, like seriously praying. And she's just like staring at the sky, hearing no sounds, just being like, I know we're not like super close. I don't even really know. I don't really worship gods. I feel like you know that you're a god. You don't you know how it is. But sometimes I do feel like there's like weird you vibes in my dreams, and then that statue was looking at me weird. Like, no, it was fucking I'm just gonna say it'd be like really chill if you helped us not die in this situation, or just like just like had our backs. I don't know what I'm fucking doing. Love Scylla. Okay, bye. She just says that all in her head while she's staring up in his face.
Okay. Belle, anything? Or you just kind of kicking rocks?
I'm gonna sit 2 rows back from Scylla, who I'm assuming is behind Yvain. Put myself in a spot where I can see the backs of their heads, and then stare at the backs of their heads while you know how sometimes your stomach drops, your skin gets kind of cold, and you get really prickly, and then all you can kind of hear is like that's me for the next like 3-4 minutes probably.
Just hearing your own heartbeat.
But just staring at the back of their heads.
Gotcha. Okay. So the two of you finish up your quiet moments. And yeah, what would you guys like to do next?
I mean, do we need to stay off the fucking street or something? Like, what's the plan here, guys?
I think we shouldn't be in public right now. I'm just saying.
Good. Yeah, let's go back to home base.
Okay.
Right. Grab some
So-
food and turn in early.
We need to plan.
So you guys start heading back to the Rebel Oak Tavern. As you guys are pushing through the town, through Altafi Avenue down towards Sawyer Street, Scylla, you still have the earplugs in? So as you're moving down towards Sawyer Street, you start to see the holes become denser. And they also seemingly, like the ones you saw before, it looked like maybe Scylla or someone larger, a little bit larger, had put their head through a wall. As you grow closer to Sawyer Street, the holes start to grow in number, but they also start to get a little smaller. As you're moving towards the southwestern side, or like, so the most southern side of Sawyer Street, is where you see them kind of growing the most, like seemingly where they're the smallest and where they're the most concentrated. But as you move towards the more south eastern side of Sawyer Street, where the tavern is, they're still more prevalent than they were up in Altafi Avenue, but or by the or over in Somali Way or something, but they're not quite as dense as they were down in the most southern part. But you reach the Rebel Oak Tavern, and yeah, you guys head back up to your rooms, or are you guys sitting in the tavern?
I mean, I'll definitely stop and ask Tiamora to send something to eat up?
So,
If she's there.
she's not there. There's a sign on the bar that says bar closed for the day.
Okay. Sounds
And
good. Never mind.
the
then.
ground the bottom floor is seemingly empty.
We'll just go straight upstairs.
So you guys head up to your room. It is unchanged from the last time you saw it, except Scylla, you see a hole, a large hole in the corner of your room.
We cannot sleep here. I think
Well-
actually we should leave right now.
Shit. Okay.
Why?
Oh,
That's a corner.
it's a hole. Plug your ears, bitch.
Okay. I plug my ears.
After a second, the hole appears. After a second, the hole appears.
Oh.
Oh fuck.
And this
So I
one
probably
is
did
this one
wake
is
you up then.
about this one is one of those ones about the size of Yvain's head but bigger.
Like, do we sleep here and like just stare at this hole like crazy people, or
Let's can we just. Oh fuck. Okay. Just get another room. I don't know.
Hang on.
do I see the backpack?
You guys kept the backpack with you.
Yeah.
Yvain put it in.
Yvain brought it.
Yvain brought it. Put it in the bag of holding.
If I take my fingers out of my ears, do I still have enough, base awareness to know that understand why people might be plugging their ears or no? Or that it was a conversation we had that we should plug our ears?
You remember plugging your ears being important. You don't remember why exactly. You're having trouble remembering why. It's there somewhere, but it's taking you quite a while to pull it up.
Cool. Is there a candle in this room?
Yes, there is. There are 2 candle lamps.
Cool. I don't remember why Yvain's got her fingers in her ears, but I don't know about you guys, but I can't do much of anything without my hands. So this seems like a decent choice.
I mean, I can always get more pieces of sleeping bag for you.
There's candles literally right there.
It's
So
already
it's
ruined.
about at this point that the hole disappears. And you forget what you were thinking about.
Just Scylla or Yvain too?
Just Scylla.
Okay.
And at that point is when 2 pieces of cotton just kind of pop out of your ears.
How are these in my ears? Are we like doing something?
Yvain, do you
check
still
my
have,
notes.
Yvain, did
Yvain, do you
Yvain
still have
watch
your-
me like forget?
Yvain, do you still have your fingers in your ears? Yes, you watched her completely forget. As the it looked like the earplugs that she had put in were starting to kind of like come undone a little bit and then popped out.
Scylla.
Hmm?
I need you to get wax from these oil lamps for candles.
You
And I
look
need
over and
you-
see Belle already kind of like in one of the lamps.
And I need you to help Belvin make some earplugs.
Do we like snore or something?
Please just trust me on
I
this.
snore like a fucking freight train. Okay.
That's so right.
I know.
We don't deserve this anymore, Yvain. Quality of living needs to be raised. Sure, I'll go help Elle.
We are fashioning pairs of earplug, at least 2 pairs for these
Okay.
2 so that they can sleep when I'm fucking loud.
Okay. All right. So you fashion 3 pairs of earplugs.
Okay, Scylla, put them in your ears first. Belle, you do the
Okay.
same.
I'm not tired though.
Please do it.
Okay.
Okay. Earplugs in.
Okay. When I see that they have the plugs in, I remove my fingers from my ears.
Okay. As you guys put the plugs in, you blink and the hole reappears in the corner of the room.
There's a hole in our room.
That's fucking new.
There's a hole in the room?
There's a hole in our room.
Yeah. It's over there.
Oh, why are we using the earrings?
You remember that Bay needs to put them in?
Well, okay. Ugh.
And the hole is back.
Holy
Oh my
shit,
god,
there's a
this is so
hole in the
bad. This
room.
is so bad, guys. This is so bad. This is so bad.
This is probably a dumb question. Should we go in the hole?
I was thinking that as well. It seems like a bad idea, right? But like I could also druid shape and just go in the hole. But we know how well those missions usually wind up.
So, do you think there's like a series of tunnels or something?
Just to be
Potato tunnels.
just to clarify, the hole in your room seems to lead outside. Like it's just a hole in the floor. Like it's
Oh,
not
okay.
a tunnel. You guys are on the second floor. So
But the
Something
ones
didn't
Got it.
have
See, in my
access
head, it was
when
like
it
an
came
extra
through.
dimensional space that disappeared into the
Yeah,
corner.
Yeah.
No,
And I
it
was like, damn, all right.
yeah, in the
It's
corner
black
of
in there.
the room,
Yeah, yeah.
kind of like around where the wall meets the floor, there is a hole that leads downstairs.
Yeah, there's a fucking Bugs Bunny hole
yes,
in it.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
drafty in here. Okay.
There's a hole in the floor.
So we could stay here and be everyone's on watch with earplugs. Yeah.
I mean, I can fix the hole in the floor as well. If it's just a hole mending.
You're gonna be
It'll
mending
take
for
me
a
a hot sec,
bit.
but I could.
Yeah.
Like little by little.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Dedication to feel security in my room that I
Okay,
paid
in
most
my
of my
world,
gold for.
casting magic, no matter how small, takes energy. Like it costs
sleepy.
energy. You are gonna be tired. You might if if you
Then I'll be
cast.
sleepy.
I say I want to like I was thinking about making this a rule. If you cast a cantrip more than 50 times, I consider rolling a con save or taking a point of exhaustion.
Honestly, I fucking buy that.
Right?
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like in combat, fine, because combat rounds usually don't last more than a few minutes.
You just
But
rip those
like
off.
yeah, exactly. But like in the span of a day, if you're just like casting cantrips over and over and over again.
How big is the hole?
The hole is a little bit larger than Yvain's head, I'd say. So maybe about like 2.5 feet across at its
It would take
largest point.
3 castings of mending. Just 3.
Just 3.
And as long as it's no larger than a foot, you can mend it, leaving no trace form or damage.
It's 2.5 feet. So
3
it's like
times.
all right.
I can read.
Oh boy. All right.
So-
Go ahead. Go ahead. Fix the stuff that got broken through in the first place.
So, what would the end goal of us staying here and all being on watch be?
Okay. I don't know
mean-
if for some reason we need to sleep here again tonight.
So here's the way I'm looking at it, right? We're mostly okay right now. Well, I'm not very tired. I didn't walk at all, really, but I'm sure you guys are a little tired from hoofing it all across the city. But in terms of magic, Silly, you did some,
I did
and you're
some.
actively fixing a hole in the floor for some fucking reason.
I just
but-
want them to feel safe.
But like, if we try and stay here and try and all be on watch, we're gonna be fucking tired tomorrow.
I think it needs to be a shift situation. Maybe like a 2-person shift situation, and
It's
we
gonna take us
start.
forever to have everybody actually get some decent sleep in then.
Oh, wait, what if
My question really is, if we're gonna stay here for another night, do we need to like bunker down, or do we need to go like find a solution to
In
the
the
problem
woods.
in the next like 8 hours?
Oh no, yeah. We came back here to plan more than anything.
Yeah.
Okay, what if we located, I don't know, someone significant in the community like Father Alfred Ford or someone and plugged his fucking ears and showed him what was going on? Then maybe we can convince him to assist in just getting people out of the city.
Well, as soon as his ears come unplugged, then
I
it'll
mean, I can
forget
cast
again, presumably.
deafness on people, but it'll only last a minute.
All right, well then, how many of these things do you think are here?
There
I
are
mean, that's a
lots
good
of those.
question. The name Hydra to me, based on the last one we had to deal with, tells me there's probably a few heads. And I don't know, the last one's pretty fucking territorial, so
So we just
They
have to
seemed
find out where this thing is and kill it at the source?
I don't know.
when we were walking, it seemed like Sawyer Street may have been the epicenter because it had really teeny tiny holes, but it had a lot of them.
Good point. Okay. Okay.
So when it
Yeah.
was sprouting its little potato heads the first time, it was
I think so. And isn't that where Leuven is from? Sawyer
Yeah.
Street?
South Sawyer.
Oh, there
So
was
are we
something in our room.
are we luring this thing out? Are we looking for its hidey hole? What should we do?
Zilla, how tapped are you right now, magic wise?
Do you want?
I mean, you tired? Like you did you use a lot to get the book that we found earlier?
I mean, I used a little bit, but not like a crazy 2 second levels.
Do you want one of those back?
I mean, I certainly wouldn't mind it unless you guys want to keep watching. I just get sleep. If you don't want to waste any of your shit.
I mean, I think Yvain's question's good. Are we trying to lure it out or get to it? I think that in every story I've ever heard, um, not fighting something where it, lives is the better way to go. I think simultaneously, things with brains want to fight where they live. Um, and if this one's eating lots of brains, then that's a different thing altogether.
So do we conceivably have to cut what happens if we cut off one of its heads, so to speak? We just keep cutting off heads?
How did we kill the last Hydra? We just fucking
We actually went
brutalized it,
down there
right?
to the layer and then
We did. That was so
got pretty fucked up and then cut off a bunch of heads, yeah.
Threw a bunch of fire at it.
It's a false Hydra. Is it like actually weakness is ice instead?
I don't fucking know.
Well, we just gotta get it to stop singing.
That's true. But I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you kill round six? Make you forget black eyes. Eats people.
I mean,
Do you know anything about true sight
well, hang on.
or mirrors?
Can you guys hear me
It's a
right now?
mirrors.
Can you hear me? You can't hear me when I talk out loud, but you can see the shit.
It's
Yeah.
like it's like want.
Right, yeah. So, if we can see the shit, it's we don't need it to stop singing. We need to stop hearing it. And if Scylla can make us deaf, then we can't hear shit.
Yeah.
It
But I
only
mean
lasts for
forever.
a minute.
Right. I don't know how long fights usually take. They feel like fucking forever. It's the worst thing ever. I hate it.
I will say my
Or we could go back to old school and Yuvanka just punches really hard in the side of the heads and we never hear again.
I think the
Just get
wax thing will
flashbanged
work.
a bunch.
Yeah.
I think the wax will work for a bit. No. I just mean get it to stop singing more like fucking destroy it so that the song stops and that other people realize what the fuck is going on.
Well, yeah. I mean, end goal is that it is gone, but
I mean, very bad idea.
This thing is under the ground.
You know when it stops singing?
it's eating people.
That's a bad idea.
So,
I mean, we could sit and bait.
Yes.
are we gonna bait this thing out?
I mean, it seems so. I don't want to go back and do another Hydra's lair, guys. It was not fun. She pulls up her shirt and shows them the teeth marks for like the 10,000th time. I got bit real bad that time.
Okay, yeah. I'm down.
Where?
We just start like screaming in the square, like, I know what you are, bitch. Come fucking fight me.
No, I think it pretty decidedly won't come and find us at that point because they'll have to stop singing to try and eat us around people. I think we gotta fake it.
Yep.
What, fake going with a potato?
No, go to fucking sleep.
Oh, okay.
It talked about wanting to take people far away so that it could eat them in solidarity, solitude, not solidarity. Decidedly not solidarity.
So one of us is gonna fake sleeping.
Should I just actually go to sleep and see if I can get my spell slots back?
Good night, Sella.
Good night.
This thing is not gonna show up if all of us are conscious, right?
That's what I'm.
Get the honk shoeing, people.
I honestly, even if all three of us acted like we were sleeping, or Scylla is actually asleep, and somebody can kick her as they get dragged away by a fucking monster.
I mean, me getting startled awake is the perfect
Go the
way
fuck to
when a
sleep.
monster is dragging you away. Okay, bye. Honk shoe, honk shoe.
All right. As Scylla heads to bed and you two prepare for, I guess, an all-night watch, you guys will end up with a point of exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are doing that, you hear a loud crashing from downstairs, even through the ears, and you hear a sort of thumping. You feel you feel more than you hear. A thumping, a thump, 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 thump up the stairs, thump, 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 and pounding on the front door, on your door.
Elaine gets out the great axe. Has it at the low ready. Swings it open.
Before you, you see a horrified looking, like they haven't slept in days, Liliana Cade.
Do we know who she is?
You do.
That's a good
Okay.
question.
What?
Oh shit, no, I can't hear you. I've got wax in my ears.
She reaches down and writes something, and onto a little book, and turns it around. I can't hear you. I have wax in my ears.
I pointed it at what she wrote, and then I point at my ears and say, same, yeah.
Writes down, I don't have any more wax. I'm sorry.
She takes I also have wax in my ears.
And her eyes go wide, and she mouths, you know?
Yeah.
And she just goes, thank fuck. And that's where we're going to end the session tonight. You're muted, Alex.
I wondered where they went.
Yeah, they are. They've
So
had a
if
time.
people disappeared, they got eaten, right?
Yes.
Theoretically.
I
Actually,
don't think
no.
you have a
That's
sister,
a
Belle.
yes.
Yeah. According to the
At least not anymore.
information that you're getting, when someone is consumed by the false hydra, all memory of them is wiped from anyone who can hear the hydra song.
R.I.P. Belle's sister.
Can I just say,
We
holy
never-
shit, this is horrifying.
This is
Everything about
terrifying.
this is so fucking scary.
Yeah.
Ah.
These fuckers are nasty.
There is going to be a moment where I have this very long document written out where I'm gonna get to read to you guys. It is I hope that moment comes. There, it's a potential it might not, but
No, we're all gonna be dead.
yeah.
Thank God Kate came back.
No shit.
Y'all wondered what she was looking for. Think y'all found it.
That tracks. That very much tracks. Unfortunately, fuck you,
I mean,
Kate. This is
see-
supposed to be your problem.
Here's the thing, Alex. You say, sorry you don't have a sister. We forgot Kate existed for a while too.
That was my bad. I made a joke.
Never
while
mind, my sister's
Yeah.
fucking dead.
Yeah, I made a joke while forgetting you guys were I was gaslighting you. So I'm so sorry about that.
It's supposed to be the whole
I need to be I'm the most reliable narrator you'll ever find.
time. Kate went to go do something and we got separated and then suddenly we do know each other. It's fine.
It's like every NPC that travels with a party ever. They just forget they exist for a while.
It's like Ellie.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did Ellie forget who I was? And Ellie float
Just
away.
this crazed raven bird thing trying to peck your eyes out.
Nope, not yet.
Oh.
Oh man. But yeah, so you guys potentially have some planning to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think
Looks so.
I think there's a good place to take off to turn the meeting off. So
Bye, meeting.
everyone say bye YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.